We're back with episode number 6, and I got a special guest, Mr. Dan Drvaric from DocLink. Welcome, Dan.
Thank you, Harvey. It's a pleasure to be here today.
Thank you, sir. And nowadays, all I hear from my clients is digital transformation, automation, and I want to hear from your perspective. What do those concepts mean for companies using Sage?
Well, for most companies, digital transformation isn't about replacing what works. What they already have that works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But it's about connecting what isn't working today. So Sage users have strong financial systems, but about 70% of the documents and processes that drive a business still live outside of their ERP system. And it's documents, it's communication, it's things that live in emails, they're in shared network folders, or even in those old, ugly, gray filing cabinets in file rooms.
Right. So you're saying that even with a strong ERP, a lot of these critical information still ends up siloed or disconnected.
That's exactly right, Harvey. The ERP does a great job of managing structured data. And by structured data, I'm talking about things like AP transactions or sales orders or journal entries, whatever it might be, that data that is defined by the ERP system. It's very structured. But there are a lot of other documents and other processes that, of course, support all of those transactions. And that information, that data, lives in other areas within the company. It might be in a departmental silo. Oftentimes we talk with companies and purchasing information resides in the purchasing department, and receiving keeps their copies of documents, and AP has the invoices. Everything is divided, and the bottlenecks occur when people need to share that information, when they need to access information from those other departments. That's where the bottlenecks occur. That's where the processes slow down. That's where the processes break down. And that is where DocLink can come in as a digital transformation tool to connect all of those departments, connect those documents, and provide access to everyone who needs access when they need it from wherever they need it.
Right. So it really comes down to transforming those disconnected processes then into one unified automated workflow.
That's exactly right, Harvey. And that's what DocLink does. We bring all of the documents and all of the information into one place, make it accessible, and then streamline the flow of that information to those who need it.
So for those of us that don't know, what is DocLink then? How does it work with Sage?
So DocLink starts with an intelligent document hub, and that's where we're going to retain the images of your documents and the data that we have from those documents. We have deep out-of-the-box integration already programmed for Sage 300 and Sage Intacct, and it gives companies a single place to capture, route, approve, secure any document and the data related to that document or from that document all in one place. Basically, it gives a user just 2 applications that they need to use in their day to do all of the work that they need to do and do it very efficiently.
So we're not talking about just storing documents, right? It's about managing and automating how all these documents move throughout the business.
That's exactly right, Harvey. The DocLink allows you to set up workflows to move documents very efficiently through the company. It's not only AP invoices. That's a common reason for companies to come to us. That's the first reason that they may come to us. But when you think about it, a customer order may need approval before it's confirmed and shipped. Contracts are also another common document type that must go through approvals and workflows And we can manage all of those kinds of things. We can watch for expiration dates on contracts, for example, and automate the notification so that contracts are followed up and they're renegotiated or they're canceled on time, whatever it might be. So there's lots of different ways that DocLink can be employed beyond the simple movement of invoices through an AP automation approval workflow.
Well, it makes it a lot easier for teams to go fully paperless.
Absolutely. Many companies have gone fully paperless with DocLink. We've saved them a great deal of money on interoffice mail. Oftentimes, they may be shipping documents via an overnight courier between offices a couple times a week, so that expense goes away. Certainly, the cost of paper goes down, and with that, the cost of the maintenance and expense of copiers and toner and all of those little things that, while you don't think of them, they can add up very quickly. And with DocLink, they can go away very quickly as well.
Right. So that being said, Dan, where are you seeing the biggest automation wins among your users today?
Well, accounts payable automation is certainly a big one. Many companies still need to automate their accounts payable processes. They're still spending a great deal of time handling paper manually, walking invoices down the hall to get manual approvals, manually entering the data into their Sage 300 or Sage Intacct. And we can remove a lot of that manual process, save that time, and allow people to do things that are more productive, hopefully more profitable for the company, and certainly more interesting for the employee. So accounts payable is a big one, but there are many other processes that we could look at and justify to the customer because we're able to streamline their processes and centralize their documents and that data.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I think accounts payable is always a natural place to start, right, when it comes to automation. If you can share, Dan, a real world example.
Well, we have a customer named Summit Financial Group, and they're about a $3.1 billion financial holding company. And they expanded rapidly and greatly through a number of acquisitions. And by using DocLink, their AP department was able to keep up with the additional workload that all of those acquisitions brought to them without having to hire additional employees. And they were able to virtually eliminate late fees and interest charges and things like that because their AP processes were streamlined so very well through DocLink.
Well, that's a huge challenge for growing companies. Right? So what changed then after they finished the whole implementation?
Well, Summit had everything digitized and automated, working very smoothly, everything from invoice capture and routing it through the approval workflow, and then the automated data entry directly into their Sage ERP system. What used to take them over 6 weeks is now taking them an average of just about 5 days or so. So they were able to reduce their processing time by about 90%. And that's not uncommon for DocLink customers. We often hear that they're able to save in excess of 80%, 90%, some even in excess of 95%. So there's a very rapid ROI and a great deal of benefit to be derived and realized from the use of DocLink.
So it's not just faster, but it's giving them obviously control, visibility, and scalability as they grow.
Exactly. When they start in accounts payable and they see what they're able to achieve, then companies move right into other departments, other processes, whether it's in sales, customer service, human resources, production, other operating departments, can be anywhere in the organization. DocLink is an enterprise-wide solution.
So beyond the obvious time savings, right, what are some of these other benefits that your customer talk about the most?
Well, a couple of the big ones are control and visibility. CFOs tell us that they finally have real-time insight into their expenses and the approvals. There's no more waiting for somebody to send an email or walk an invoice down the hall. They know exactly where the document is. They can see all of the information. They know who's approved it and what needs to be done left. So, for example, at month end, many companies are using DocLink to help them calculate their accrual more accurately and faster than they're able to do in a paper-based environment.
Mm-hmm. So going back to what I said, where it comes down to gaining visibility and obviously confidence, which is key, and knowing that nothing will slip through the cracks.
Exactly, Harvey. The visibility drives faster decision-making, stronger audit readiness, and lower risk. COOs often love how processes can be standard across the company with DocLink.
Mm-hmm.
IT leaders appreciate that it integrates directly with Sage, and so they don't have any custom work to do. They know that our out-of-the-box integration just works. So it relieves them of a great deal of burden that they might otherwise feel. And ultimately, for all of the C-level executives, there is a great deal of peace of mind. They know that they're going to be able to meet any compliance requirements because they have access to the documents and the information that they need. They have the information for the audit. Everything is there. It's centralized. It's accessible and ready to meet any concern of a C-level executive.
For sure. So looking ahead, Dan, because we get calls on a weekly basis from customers saying AI this, AI that, where's AI, how does Sage work with AI? Where do you see automation and AI taking, DocLink in the next few years?
Harvey, it's a perfect question at this time because we have some products on our roadmap to incorporate more AI into DocLink. And this isn't your grandfather's AI. This isn't the ordinary AI that you're seeing from a lot of other solutions. With DocLink, our AI actually started, our co-founders came from Caltech and NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratories. And our CTO once led a team of 148 data scientists who developed the AI that is running in the Mars rover right now. There was very limited information that they had. They had to incorporate into that AI a bit of human reasoning so that the rover could survive on its own, because it takes 7.5 minutes each way for a signal to move between Mars and Earth. They had to build a great deal of human reasoning capability right into that AI. And that's the kind of AI that we are currently developing and adding to the DocLink product to make it better, faster, smarter, provide more useful information to facilitate faster decisions and better decisions.
So if I'm hearing this correctly, then it's not just about pattern recognition or number crunching. It is AI that understands context and can make intelligent recommendations. And it's not about replacing people, but talking about making technology think more like people, like we do, and almost like a system that's working alongside your team.
You're absolutely right, Harvey. Most AI programs analyze the current data that they have, and they're looking for patterns in that data. And we already do that, for example, with our Smart Capture intelligent document capture module. But we want to take that further. And our AI is going to be able to reason through problems that it sees. It looks at the information, it understands the relationships that it sees, and then recommends the next best step and provides all of that supporting information so that a user, a human, can make a well-educated, intelligent, and the best decision for the company based on the information that's available. It's not that the AI is going to necessarily make the decision for us, but we're going to take it a step further and present the information so that a human can make the proper decision.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's powerful.
Yeah.
It's like having a digital teammate who never misses a detail.
That's right. We're taking that AI, we're moving it even further into what's called agentic AI, where intelligent agents can plan, orchestrate, and coordinate tasks across many systems. So it's not just what's available within DocLink. The agentic AI is going to be able to reach into other systems. Maybe it's your Sage ERP, maybe it's maintenance or application that you have, something like that. Think of DocLink and the AI as an intelligent collaborator that can pull data from all of these disparate systems to help teams, help users make better, faster, more intelligent, more educated decisions.
Mm. Well, that ties perfectly back to what you said earlier, Dan, about visibility and control. And that's obviously the real opportunity. We're connecting everything that the ERP alone cannot see.
That's right. That's right. We like to think that our AI is the best AI that's actually running on 2 planets.
For those of us who want to learn a lot more or see DocLink in action, what's the best next step?
The process starts with your customers, your clients, Harvey, looking at their processes, taking a good, honest look at them, and realizing how much time they're spending shuffling paper, collating paper, walking paper down the hall, just handling paper multiple times before a task is complete. Remember, the ERP system is capturing only about 30%. The other 70% of the documents and the information and the processes live outside the ERP system. So start by taking a good hard look at that. And then know that DocLink is going to be able to help you relieve those burdens and streamline those processes. So with our AI-powered workflows, the processes will move faster, they're smarter, and they're going to unlock possibilities that you haven't seen before and provide time that is essential for other processes that are critical to the success of the business.
Perfect. Good stuff, Dan. Thank you so much for joining us today, and great insights. Really appreciate it.
You're very welcome, Harvey. And I encourage anybody who's listening, watching our podcast today, if they have any questions, to reach out to you, and I will be happy to help you, help your clients in any way possible. Thanks very much, Harvey. I enjoyed this. Thanks for the opportunity.
Likewise. Thank you.